trinkets that I need to attach to lures. What was that? I like that when there's some toothy critters around. Alright, so one question I often get from people, particularly who jump on board, is what's with my tackle box and what I hold in it. So I'm going to really quickly go through that before we go for a fish. So I've decided to go for the hard tackle box, and this is what they call the large bucket mouth. And the top drawer, I've got my odds and ends. I do carry quite a few trinkets. I am someone who likes to tinker a bit with my lures. You know, spare sunscreen, some squid jigs, spare lip grips, knife, split ring pliers, torch, scissors, some S factor, some pliers. One of the important things I also carry is a set of side cutters, and these side cutters are sealed inside a little bag here with a little bit of oil to stop them from rusting too much anyway, so they still work. And the reason I keep them is if I get a hook in myself, I can cut the hook and try and push the barb through, or at least not have a lure hanging from wherever it needs to be. So anyway, that's the top tray. Also some markers and things like that, just I like marking my lures. Down here I've got my spare soft plastics bag. So this is just I think they call it a Ridge Rider product, super cheap auto. Couldn't find one that fit for a proper lure bag. So you can see here, I carry all my soft plastics in there, my spare bags. They fit perfectly and just slides neatly down there. You can see I've got 5 of the Plano trays in here, and I've got a mark, so my prawns, my rigging container, hard bodies and some metal, some vibes and some swim baits, and then my jig heads. So you can probably see through there anyway, so all just different size jig heads that I would use for in the estuary, and just, you know, if I wanted to duck out offshore a little bit, some of the shoals, I've got enough in there. The other rigging one I've got, if you can see through there, I might open this up, all my little knick-knacky things that I need to attach to lures, some copper wire, lead weights, some Lumo beads that I use for rigging, split rings, solid rings, spare trevels, doubles that I use as a stinger for some of my surface plastics. There's swivels, there's bits and pieces of everything in there. Prawn, some hooks I use for rigging prawns, and then some prawn lures, ones that are already rigged generally. That's sort of pretty self-explanatory in there. In back, my hards. So just an array of hards for barra and jacks and those sorts of things. There's some little lucifers and some crossfires there, some surface and subsurface. I don't have too much deep. If I want to do some trolling, then I generally carry you know, a spare tray and put it in the side of the boat, or in a different container. So some metals, if I'm chasing queenies or maybe some mackerel move inshore, then I like to have some metal slices. This one up. It's really close. There we go. And lastly, my Xeric live mullet, my swims, and then my hards. I do some vibes. I do carry some hard vibes in there. I do really like the reedies, fish snacks, particularly for the shoals and that offshore, but also for barra. And I've also got some fish traps there, and some various stuff. In future, I'm probably going to stick with the fish traps and the reedies. No particular reason, it's just that they don't often play well in there. So I keep them separate. The hards, as I mentioned before, and I like that when there's some toothy critters around. They just last a little bit longer. Alright, so that's it, all nice and neat, everything in there when I need it, everything labelled so I can just pull out what I want. Okay, alright, I'm going to put this away, crank up the outboard and go and chase some barra and jacks on what is a pretty good day. There's a bit of cloud there, but it has been raining as of recently, but it definitely got some blue sky, and I think it'll burn off later on today, so let's get into it. I spooked the bar out of there. I think I spooked him for good. There's another jack. Oh. Oh. Pikey. At least something's hooking up. Oh, there you go. Well, it's a start. First jack. There he goes. What was that? Trevally. You know, now he's going to go around there and around there and around. No, he's out. Saw a flash of silver. I was hopeful it might have been a barra, but no, ended up being a trevally. Not all that big, but the drag's long. You feel them. I'm going to get the pliers to get that out because I don't want those hooks into my fingers. Hook's out. I'll put him in. Let me get something a bit better. Ooh. Barra came out and took a swipe and then went back in. Here we go. Oh, that's so good. I saw him sitting in there. Oh, come on, stay in. Oh, no. Oh, well, you get that. Well, at least we convinced one anyway.